He's got to stay fresh. And away from foul trouble.
Hello guys, welcome back to TFD. For this one, let's go to Los Angeles, because the NBA's unspoken hierarchy was on full display, and not everyone is willing to play along. There has always been a clear pecking order in this league, with LeBron James sitting firmly at the top. The chosen one tattoo, the self-coronations, the expectation of special treatment, it's all part of the LeBron era. Most players accept it. Some even embrace it. But one guy never has: Dillon Brooks. Late in the game, Lakers up 2, Brooks steps into a massive go-ahead three. Watch closely. There's clear contact from LeBron. It's the exact kind of contact shooters get foul calls for every single night. Except this time, the whistle stays silent. A few moments earlier, Brooks plays physical defense, bodies up, and gets ejected. Then, less than 10 seconds later, LeBron barely gets brushed on a three-point attempt, and suddenly it's a foul. That's the double standard Brooks has been calling out for years. Star treatment is real, and Brooks refuses to pretend otherwise. He doesn't bow down, he doesn't play nice, and he doesn't care if it makes him unpopular. And it did. Players mocked him, fans hated him. And when Memphis moved on, many predicted his career would collapse. Instead, the opposite happened. The Grizzlies unraveled, while Brooks kept proving his value, now on his third team. This season, he's averaging more points than LeBron James, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. The same guys who once called him overrated. So the question isn't whether Dillon Brooks was wrong. It's how the most hated man in the NBA ended up being right all along. Well, back in high school, Dillon Brooks was anything but a scrub. He was a standout at a private school in Canada, so dominant that he eventually finished at Elite Finley Prep near Las Vegas, a pipeline for serious NBA talent. Brooks carried that momentum into college, where he played well overall. Yes, even with that infamous over-the-top flop that still gets replayed. But despite solid production, scouts never viewed him as a can't-miss NBA prospect. That skepticism showed on draft night. Brooks slipped to the second round in 2017. But in his rookie debut, coming off the bench, he dropped 19 points in just 29 minutes. That's eye-opening for any rookie, especially a second-round pick. This was before Memphis fully formed its identity. Once Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. arrived, Brooks leaned into a new role: the villain. He thrives on being disliked. I saw it firsthand at a Rockets season ticket holder event last year. While everyone else mingled, Brooks stood alone in the corner, sunglasses on. It was clear, he's not here to make friends, especially with NBA stars. So, Brooks' first real target was LeBron James. From day one, he refused to give LeBron any special respect, and that instantly got under LeBron's skin. Brooks picked him up full court, talked non-stop, and treated him like just another matchup, not basketball royalty. It escalated quickly. Things got so heated that Shannon Sharpe had to step in courtside trying to get Brooks to back off, which eventually led to the entire Memphis team storming the floor. Later that season, Brooks doubled down with one of the boldest comments of his career. He said he wouldn't mind facing LeBron in a 7-game series. The legacy is there, he admitted, but he wanted to knock him out immediately in the first round. That's elite-level confidence. Or elite-level delusion, depending on how you see it. Round 1, Game 1, reality hit fast. The Lakers dominated in a 16-point blowout. Then Memphis bounced back in Game 2, and Brooks made it worse by saying, "I don't care. He's old. I poke bears. I don't respect someone until they give me 40." That might be the worst possible thing you can say about LeBron James. The Lakers won the series, and LeBron made sure the message was clear, posting a poetic victory lap on social media, essentially reminding everyone that Dillon Brooks had not, in fact, put him in his place. But none of that slowed Brooks down. If anything, it encouraged him to turn the trolling up even higher with his next target. This time, it was Draymond Green. And Brooks said the one thing you absolutely never say to Draymond. If there's a single line you don't cross with him, Brooks didn't just cross it, he sprinted straight through it.
This idiot said, I don't know what Draymond does out there. He said, I don't like Draymond at all. You don't know me. I just don't like Golden State. I quite frankly wouldn't like a team that beats me all the time either. I don't like anything to do with them. Quite frankly, you were a little kid in high school watching us win championships. You should be happy that you even witnessed that. Or maybe college, but you get the point. You're a fan. Draymond talks a lot. You talk a lot now, so if you have 4 rings, sure, you talk a lot more. For All-Stars, you probably talk a bit more. Defensive Player of the Year, you for damn sure would talk more. 2 Olympic gold medals, you definitely would be talking because that would mean you beat Team USA, and we all know how that goes. So, gets away with a lot too. What exactly do I get away with? I have 15 texts, 1 less than your dumb ass. Okay, great. His game is cool. If you ever wondered why the Memphis Grizzlies is not ready to compete for a championship, look no further than this idiot right here. They're actually depending on this guy to help them win a championship. And he says his game is cool. Quite frankly, that just shows how little you know about basketball. And yet, you running around talking about a dynasty? The dynasty starts after you, not with you. He plays with heart, knows the ins and outs of the defense. I want to be quite frank, I made the ins and outs of our defense. I guess that's why they like him over there. I'm trying to figure out why they like you in Memphis. Or do they like you in Memphis? That's a better question. I'm not sure your teammates like you, but I can tell you why they like me over there. When you contribute in the way that I have contributed to 4 championships, they tend to like you. So, next time you speak up on me, you should do some fact checking. Next time you speak up on me, you should do some soul searching. Next time you speak up on me, I hope you're in a better situation than you in now, where the guys you play with actually enjoy playing with you because they actually think you're contributing to winning. Because it ain't happening right now, champ. You're not a champ. You're a clown. It ain't happening.
The very next day, the two matched up and it turned into one of the most awkward on-court interactions you'll ever see. No smiles, no extra chatter, just tension. And once again, this was the same opponent Brooks's Grizzlies had just faced in the playoffs and lost to, which only made the situation more uncomfortable. So, how effective was Dillon Brooks's troll act really? Off the court, it got attention. On the court, not nearly as impressive. He was one of the worst three-point shooters on the team while still launching around 6 threes a game. By definition, he was a chucker. That's why when Memphis finally moved on and sent him to Houston, most people assumed this was the end of the road. On paper, the move made 0 sense. Houston wasn't a contender. There was no veteran locker room to stabilize him. The Rockets were dead last in the Western Conference when he arrived. It looked like basketball exile. But that's exactly why it worked. Ime Udoka wasn't trying to win quietly. He was trying to build a culture from scratch. For that, he didn't need silence or compliance. He needed an edge. He needed someone willing to be uncomfortable, to bring intensity every night. And just as important, it didn't arrive alone. Houston also brought in Fred VanVleet, a proven champion and real leader, someone who could channel Brooks's aggression, set boundaries, and make sure the villain act didn't go too far.
I did not with him at all. I never liked the antics and all the goofy he do in the game. When he was in Memphis, I hated it. And he came here, it was perfect because it was like we needed him to go outside the box a little bit, but then it was my job to kind of reel him back in. Like, all right, come on, man, let's hoop. Because you actually a good basketball player.
Yeah.
I don't think there was nobody to balance it out in Memphis. But when you're on his team, there's 4 or 5 nights out the year where you need that because you just get in the flow of the game and you're tired and you need a little spark or a little juice. He'll do some freak shit in the middle of the game and change the whole game, and now the whole opposing team waiting on him in the locker room after the game.
So now, Dillon Brooks was no longer viewed as a problem, but as a tool for winning. A tone setter. A guy who could get inside an opponent's head from the opening tip and make every possession uncomfortable. The results spoke for themselves. Houston jumped from a fringe team to a legitimate top seed in the West, and Brooks was a major reason why that edge existed every single night. Still, the question lingered. Was this just the perfect situation, or had Dillon Brooks actually evolved as a player? Then came the next stop, and it looked nothing like Houston. Phoenix. Brooks was almost an afterthought in that deal, basically a throw-in. The headline asset was moving Kevin Durant, while Draymond Green was the young piece everyone focused on. Most people predicted chaos for the Suns. Instead, they're a surprising playoff team, hovering around the 7th seed, with near top 10 marks on both offense and defense. And Draymond Green hasn't even been part of it. He's been injured most of the year. Phoenix has had to lean on Devin Booker, role players like Colin Gillespie and Mark Williams, and unexpectedly, Dillon Brooks. He's putting up a career-best 22 points per game on 45% shooting. He thrives off the double teams Booker draws, and when Booker sits, Brooks has become a legitimate primary option, and honestly, an entertaining one. So somehow, Phoenix traded away Kevin Durant, didn't even get production from the main return, and still got better. That only makes sense if Dillon Brooks is far better than his reputation suggests. He's not an all-NBA superstar, but in today's friendly NBA, a player like Brooks is rare. From Memphis to Houston to Phoenix, wherever he goes, the game gets uncomfortable. For opponents, for refs. And that's the real value. He's not a distraction. He's a culture guy who helps teams win. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for daily updates.